Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the next video in the HO layout build. I got the shelves off of the wall. I kind of chuckle with how they were put in. I don't know what they were storing on it. My guess is that it was probably a TV and sound system. I don't know. But I just kind of laughed with how they were in there. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm not going to patch over it or anything because I do have some hardboard left over, a lot of it anyway. It's almost like probably 3/4 of a sheet that I'm just going to use as my backdrop. So, plus this will mainly be below it anyway. So that's where we're at. I'm going to start working on the frames for over here and we'll get those built and then be back when I've got some more of an update. Okay, I've been busy, but it's time to call it for the night. I got this module piece done, or that section done, a little bit ago, and then my batteries started to die on one of my drills. So I plugged it in and let it charge while I got some dinner going, ate dinner, came down, and got the second piece done. So I'm 2 out of 5 done. And I think these are kind of going to be the hardest ones, or potentially to get put in because they're in the back corner. But with them out of the way, I think we'll be sitting pretty good. Anyway, the other thing that I might do is with this piece, I may decide to do a little jut in and then come in just a little bit, mainly because the track plan has an industry back here and it's a little bit far for the hands, but I also may just do it so that it curves in a little bit and is a little bit easier to get to. I don't know. Realistically, thinking on it, probably could only get maybe another half a foot or so. I don't know. We'll kind of see how it goes. I've got enough pieces that or that actually came off from the ends that I could pretty easily just cut 2 spots in this and pull it in, or I've got plenty of other scraps that I can do it. So it's not going to hurt having this be how it is for now, until I get stuff kind of figured out with that. So anyway, we're done with the 2. Like I said, I did get for this, I figured I would just bolt it to there, call it good for support. Did drill a 1-inch, I think it was a 1-inch hole. Yeah, 1-inch hole for wires and whatnot. I figure if I need to do more, then I can drill a second hole or whatever. So, but anyway, it's getting late. Need to charge up the battery, so I think we'll call it for now, for tonight. What I will do is tomorrow I'll actually unbolt these, get them put over how they need to be, and get like those 2 modules moved over and reorganized. That way things are out of the way and I can have this space back open to get the next ones built. So yeah, this is kind of getting long-winded for not a whole lot done, but anyway, we'll call it there and be back tomorrow and have some more work done, and we'll update with that. All right, we're back down here working on the modules, and got thinking that if I'm going to get these built and then put into position, I probably should get the backdrops on. So and get the cross braces in. So this module has the cross braces in and it's ready to go. It's finished. I did drill the holes in the cross braces too, so they're good to go. And got that piece of backdrop up, if I can talk. And the reason I did that one and I haven't done the other is I need to get the cross braces in, but I also wanted to make sure that it was level up top, where that's going to be the biggest concern or stand out. So everything is looking good, and I'm happy with how it's looking so far. So I'm going to actually unbolt these now and get this module put up against the wall out of the way so that I can get this module, oh, if I can get my hand in the frame, this module put kind of in the center of the room so I can get the backside done and the cross braces. So that's where we're at. And once I get some more work done, we'll be back with a further update. All right, it's been a little slow going. I had to go and run some errands today, so it ate up some of my time. But I did get the inner supports in for this module and also got the backdrop on for it. I then also have got this third module almost done. The outer frame is done. This inner piece is on. I need to put one more inner piece right here, but I need to take the module off before I do that. And I was kind of thinking that I would get the backdrop on to that piece before I start doing that. I've got to do some measurements to see if I've got enough. I'm getting close to running out, and so I think what I may end up doing is along the wall over here, just have it be painted onto the wall. Not that I really care if it is or not. It'll be a little easier to do that, but we'll see. I want to try and keep things off of the wall, but oh well if it happens. So that's where we're at. I think at this point I'm going to break again and get some need to get some dinner cooking and that. So we'll do that and then come back once we get some more done. All right, final update on what I've gotten done tonight. I'm getting tired and I don't really want to use power tools being tired, so we're going to call it and just pick up work tomorrow. Maybe a little bit. I've got some other stuff I got to get done tomorrow as well, but we'll see. So I did get the back put onto this module. I can't remember if that was on or not in the last update. I did get this one on and this cross brace in. The reason I went with the other piece of wood there for the backdrop is I was running out of the hardboard and I really don't want to buy any more at this point in time. So we'll just use it as much as I can. I did get a piece cut and I've got enough to do the length over there and then the length, one small piece over here. Like this, it's the same width as that if I remember right. So that'll be done over there. I do have a little bit of this wood left, so I may end up doing the rest of it like that, or I may just go against the wall. I don't know. That's a future problem for me. But one thing that I did that was a little different to the plan that I had was I decided to put a screw in on this module here going into this 2x4 and the same thing over there. The bolts, while they work, they're a little loose. You can see that. I'm not quite sure. It's the same drill bit that it should have been for that, or same size for that bolt, but oh well, it's not that big of a deal. And then over here, I ended up putting two, just to help it be a little bit more secure. Same reason. I figure two to four screws and two bolts is enough to keep things secure, but easy enough to pull apart if I've got to. The other thing is I did put in there to have legs on this corner and this corner. I don't know if I will do that or not. I have them, but I'm kind of leaning that I may just do one right here in the middle and call it good. It is just, it is only 2 feet wide. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing, is just the center one. We'll see. That's a tomorrow thing as well. And then lastly, I did measure, I don't know why I thought to do it, but kind of was grateful that I did. I measured from here over to here. And originally I had 56 inches on there, but of course things aren't exactly square, and I did end up putting, that backdrop on it. And so I had 56 inches about right here. Then it went down to 55 and a half, and then just over 55 and a quarter. I think it was, I can't remember the exact one. I'll be remeasuring it anyway. But what I kind of figured was that it would be, with 54 and a quarter, I'll have enough space to get the backdrop on and have it be put back in and fit and not be so tight that it just won't fit and I dig into the sheetrock. So I ended up, did that on the nscale layout, and I don't really want to do it with this one either, with this one as well. So it'll be just a little shorter, 3/4 of an inch. And a lot of this that's over here is just straight anyway. And so I can just trim that back a little bit. So it's not that big of a deal. So that's where we're at. These are the hardboard backs for that. I may end up cutting the decking so that I've got some place to put, or to have tools and stuff sitting on while I'm working on this. I don't know. It might be easier to kind of keep it open for a little bit and do some work on that. The other thing real quick, and then we'll end this update clip. I do have a industry back here in the corner, and someone mentioned it about, or a friend of mine that I was showing, there was some worry about if I would be able to get back there all the way if something were to happen. And I can get pretty close just with with my hand. And if I get a step stool, then I'll be fine to get back in there without any problems. So I'm going to leave it how it is. I may move it up just a little bit, the one turnout and track going over there, but we'll see. That means that I won't do the cutting in like I was thinking of in another clip with this spot here. So that's where we're at. This is getting a little long, and I'm getting, as I said, I'm tired and ready to head to bed. So we'll leave it at this and be back when I get some more work done.